Hey, you guys! Here's your favorite little keto goofball diamond, and today,
I love you!
I love you too. Today marks 5 years, 121 days of my ketogenic journey. It is 2 days after Thanksgiving. Yesterday, y'all saw I went up explosively, actually all week, and even though 2 days was just trying a keto food that turned out not to be so keto, at least for me. And then, of course, Thanksgiving, where I super overloaded, comatose myself right over to that couch and did not move for at least about 12 hours. And then yesterday was a remarkable day of keto eating, a remarkable weigh-in, very remarkable to be honest with you. Although it was all water, was holding a ton of it, had to let it go somehow. Hopefully it'll repeat itself, but we'll get into that in a minute. But first, I want to say thank you all so very, very much for clicking the play button, for subscribing, for who's subscribed, for liking and sharing and commenting and all that stuff. You are so very valuable to me as friends, as allies, as people who are here with me and enjoying a weird, crazy, whatever I do. So anyway, I work today, but first, I keep saying that over and over. When I get a phrase stuck in my head, I'm going to repeat that phrase over and over. You can bet yourself. Anyway, we only have to work 2 days this week. We had yesterday off for like a Thanksgiving kind of holiday thing, which thrilled me to no end. I'm hoping that something I did today, well, I don't really know if I did it or if, let me explain. So while yesterday was amazing and the weigh-in was amazing, there's every chance tomorrow might not be, but I'm not sure yet. So what had happened was we went to lunch. My husband always orders a diet root beer. I think we went to Wendy's for lunch. It wasn't really all that good. I had my heart set on some of the chicken I had last night that you're going to see in a minute. But of course, I ain't have that with me. So I got a bunless Baconator, another one. Either way. And you're also going to see that I ate some sugar-free honey mustard last night. Don't recommend it. Keto-wise, it seemed to be okay, weigh-in and everything. Didn't have much of a taste to it, though. It was just not... It's kind of pointless, to be honest. It's a waste of money. But I've had it in my refrigerator forever, so I figured let's drink it, right? Let's eat it. Drink it. Can't imagine that'd be too tasty either. Anyway, today, we went to lunch. He ordered a diet root beer. Now, I've got to be honest. I cannot tell the difference between diet root beer and regular root beer at all.
I can.
He says he can. But anyway, I'm the one that drank the one today mostly. Or this morning. So, I don't know if it was the lunch or the root beer. I'm not real sure. But after lunch, my sinuses got really bad. Now, I was outside, and whatever's blooming, dying, whatever's going on out there, it might have been the cause, but everything got really tight and snotty. And in general, that is kind of one of my signs for being affected on keto, but not always, especially when it's a heavy sinus season, and it has been for me. I can't get it out of my throat, y'all. Go away. Okay, so I asked my supervisor, I said, hey, y'all got any of those allergy pills in the office? Because normally they keep stuff like that.
I gave a Benadryl.
I'm not even sure. It wasn't exactly Benadryl. But when I first saw them and I opened the package, they were little hot pink pills that looked just like the off-brand Benadryl. I was like, surely they won't give you Benadryl in here because that can make you sleepy, and the last thing you want is an employee here that's falling asleep all over themselves. But I started falling asleep all over myself. I couldn't stand up straight. I was just like, oh my God, I'm falling asleep. And I ended up going to, I sent my son to get a sugar-free Monster for me, or zero sugar Monster for me out of the vending machine when he was on his way to the bathroom. So I did drink that. After our next break, I started feeling more alive, awake, but they weren't Benadryl. One of my coworkers looked them up. They are
beautiful.
Thank you. Now hush. But anyway, one of my coworkers looked them up. They're like a Sudafed, but they cause drowsiness, was like, uh-oh. I don't think the office meant to do that. I don't think they meant to grab that. That's not the type they normally keep on stock anyway. So I don't think they realized that. But anyway, I don't know if the tired lethargy feeling that I got was from the soda or was from the sinus stuff. And I really shouldn't be taking Sudafed anyway because that's really not good for people with high blood pressure. But it did work. It worked for about 12, well, not 12 hours, about 6 or 7 hours because I'm just now starting to get all this stuff clogged back up. I blew my nose so hard earlier I couldn't hear. I had to see her for a long time. I did it again a while ago too. That's why I'm talking funny and kind of loud. So this sinus season has hit me like a ton of bricks. We're talking it's been 2 months now, maybe longer, and it's kind of on and off in the level of severity. Sometimes it's not so bad, sometimes it's just, and heaven forbid when I first wake up in the morning, it's just horrible. Sleeping with that onion, a cut onion for me, beside my bed seems to actually help a lot. I don't know what it does. I know some people say it absorbs stuff. The smell might have something to do with it too, but it just putting the whole onion beside my bed doesn't seem to do anything. But if I cut it and leave it beside my bed, I rest better and I seem to wake up with less of this stuff here. So that's a plus. And I'd recommend you try it. It doesn't hurt anything and it don't cost but $1 or $2. You know, you get you an onion or a bag of onions. So that was good. But yeah, I don't know what level I will be affected tomorrow. I'm just kind of giving you a heads up. Anyway, let's talk about yesterday's food. Now, obviously, from Thanksgiving, I'd kind of learned my lesson. I really didn't want food. About 1 o'clock, I started getting really, really hungry, though. But for anybody who's been doing keto for a little while, once you come out of ketosis, when you wake up the next morning, you're just about ravishingly hungry. You're savage hungry. So to fight it off for a little while is best. You know, try to fast as long as you can. But I did all right till about 1 o'clock, and then I remembered I had that salami and cheese kit in the refrigerator. I got it out and I ate it. I'm going to show it to you in a minute. I recorded everything I ate yesterday. I recorded my macros yesterday. I was pleasantly surprised, and I was definitely pleasantly surprised with the weigh-in. Again, whether I'll be tomorrow or not, because working I tend to consume more calories too. And while I don't think calories has a ton to do with it, it does have some to do with it. I hope I'm not yelling at you because I can't hear and it feels like I'm shouting. So I probably should shush a little bit. But then I can't hear it. So anyway, let me go ahead and show you my weigh-ins, calories, macros, all that.
Oh my goodness. The day after Thanksgiving. Oh my goodness. 173.2.
Alright, I'm breaking my fast the day after Thanksgiving at 1 p.m. with these Keto salami and provolone kit. You guys, I fried up some chicken breasts with some seasonings, various seasonings. Hold on, I'll turn it back on. He wants the music back on. And I've got some G. Hughes sugar-free honey mustard. I'm going to try it out. Either way, it shouldn't be too many calories. We're going to see. Yes, I have technically 2 squares of 85% dark chocolate. I made a mess, but... Alright, I got 3 eggs, 2 pieces of cheese, and some great value turkey slices. For like an omelet kind of deal. The chicken was the last, I'm sorry, it's chicken slices. The chicken was the last minute idea, so that's why it's on top like that. Alright, so here's my Friday macros. You can see I had a pretty low day of eating. 1,170 calories, 26 grams of total carbs, 74 grams of fat, 111 grams of protein. Boy, this day really showed up on the scale in a remarkable sort of way. And we're going to get into all of that.
Alright, Saturday morning. Not a good number, but still a good number considering yesterday's number. So, excellent. 168.4.
That's 4.8 pounds down in one day. That's how much fluid I was holding. That's how much I went to pee yesterday. What, man? You just came in the house. Don't start with me. Go lay down for a minute. He came in when we came in, and we ain't been in here very long. 4.8 pounds. That's remarkable. That's wonderful. And I can't tell you how much different I feel from yesterday to today. I also had like a mental clarity kind of like early in the day yesterday. And I even created a new vision board, which I'll show it to you one day. I make them as laptop background screensaver kind of deals. That way, every time I turn my computer on, I just see it. It's there. I really like to print it out because this one I kind of like to put up on my wall or something. But one day, who knows? One day I might do that. I'm also wishy-washy and I change my stuff a lot. But you know, all in all, everything went great yesterday. My weigh-in was fantastic. My foods was fantastic. I wanted to be here and eat today, but of course I had to work. And I really didn't get stuff to meal prep. I'm not good at that stuff anyway, but I do want to try more. If anything, Thanksgiving showed me that I really, even if I get to my goal, I really can't come off keto. I can't. I get too sick. I don't feel good. You know, there are sometimes with that extreme pain. There's sometimes with the tired lethargy. So clearly what I'm actually experiencing is a ton of food allergies. Not to mention, you know, overkill of carbs that cause weight gain and heart disease and all the other diseases. But also because some of the effects I get are instantaneous after eating. I can put something in my mouth and like 5 or 6 seconds later tell you if it affected me or not. Like there's just sometimes certain foods that are supposed to be keto, I can just sit there and do this and all my knuckles will pop. Now, in general, if I'm in a good state of ketosis, one might pop, might have a little air on it or something, but I can't really, you know, my bones and joints don't hurt, they don't pop, they don't do any of that. My knees, I can sit there and crack them and crack them and crack them when I'm out of ketosis. So I have a lot of telltale signs, and it's just very, very clear and evident that I'm just going to have to be keto, period. It's what's best for my body. Now, I can't tell you about other people and other people's body. I do believe keto's the way. If you're interested in starting keto and you're brand new here and you've never heard of it, it's not hard, and I help everybody for free. I got a full foods list written out. I'll sit there and go over it detail by detail with you if you want me to. But the gist, meat, eggs, some cheeses. Not all cheeses work for me, but the vast majority of regular old cheese works just fine for me. Cream cheese don't work for me, but that might be the cream content, and it might just be me because I do have issues with creams, milks. Green leafy vegetables, sometimes they get me a little gassy. They just do. And some of them really are not like keto friendly, but you know, if you're starting out super morbidly obese and you want to have 17 steaks and a big fat salad, you probably still gonna lose weight. It's a remarkable thing just taking those carbs and the junk food out your diet. So, you know, don't let anything you see on the internet just kind of stall you out, because like right now, what I do is slow going. But when I first started, my first month, I dropped 28 pounds. I was 300 pounds, dropped 28 pounds in the first month. If you're starting out at 400 and 500 pounds, you might be able to drop 50 in the first month and not even be hungry. So do it. At least give it an honest go. You know, I mean, but for me, health-wise, I just need to be keto. And I'm just going to have to actually start buckling down and creating recipes again, cooking again, because that's we usually go out so much. But honestly, after adding everything up, oh my gosh, we need to eat at home. It was all right, but then all the prices went up. Now it's y'all know, y'all living through it too. But I really just need to find keto recipes that are going to work for me and be very stable for me long term. And 5 years is long term, don't get me wrong, but I've done a lot of assing around too, which ultimately has made me on and off sick and stopped me from getting to where I want to go. So I gotta stop that assing around, because it's just not benefiting me in any way. It's not just that I'm not losing weight. It's that I'm sicker. It's that I don't feel as well. It hinders me in kind of all sorts of fashions. I am curious about you though. I know most people find that they feel better in ketosis. That's just kind of normal. But do you feel like keto is something you're going to have to do, kind of like I do, because of the food allergies, because of the way food affects your body. And in my opinion, in my mindset, I do believe most people are affected by foods and don't even realize it. Because I had no idea the difference I would feel from the standard American diet to keto. You know, I had no idea the big differences it was going to make in my life. So, do it. And how does it make you feel? Now, I need to shut up because I do have to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. But I 4.8 pounds, I had to get on here and share the news. Anyway, guys, I hope everybody's free. My contact information is below, KetoDiamond.com. Or, you know, if you like some Christmas cards or anything, there's links and all that stuff and P.O. boxes and everything down there. Much love, many prayers. Good night, y'all.